If you've been following the channel for a while now, you guys know that I love PrizePicks. Hands down, the easiest and most exciting way to get in on the action. Whether that's the NFL, NBA, college football, whatever, PrizePicks is the way to go. And here's how it works. Pick 2 to 6 players, predict if they'll go for more or less than their projected stats, and you're in. It's you versus the numbers, just simple and fun. And PrizePicks hooked you guys up with an incredible deal. Play $5 in lineups, get $50 instantly, win or lose. That's $50, no strings attached, and it's just one of their incredible offers. Every Friday is Flex Friday, where you get a protected play, win, or you get your cash back. Plus, don't forget about Taco Tuesday, where you'll find discounted projections all day long. So if you want to play PrizePicks just like millions of people across the country, click the link in the description, use code DOUBLEMOVE, and start making your picks today. Don't miss out on the action or the deals. Ceedee Lamb needs help. The Cowboys offense needs help, which means I want to see Dallas spend a top 100 pick on a wide receiver, whether that's in round 1, which is an option. There's a few guys that I like that could fall to them in the first. But honestly, where I have my eyes is on rounds 2 and 3, because I think there's a ton of value to be found in the position. So let's talk about the perfect wide receiver to pair with Ceedee Lamb in this year's draft. This is the star-studded prospects. Today's player is Evan Stewart, and you're probably wondering, Zach, why did we start with this guy? Well, that's because out of all the wide receivers that I've watched this year, Evan Stewart is going to end up being my pet cat. And if you watched my top 10 wide receivers list that I did with Foots, you'll know that I love this small, speedy, explosive wide receiver from Oregon. He's listed at 6 foot 175. He's a smaller framed guy, but boy, he has some really shocking ability as a playmaker. At Oregon in 2024, he caught 48 passes for 613 yards and 5 touchdowns with a long of 69. I'm sure you're looking at those numbers and you're saying those don't really pop off the screen. He never had more than 650 yards in a college season. But I'm not drafting this guy to be a wide receiver 1. I think he is the perfect wide receiver 2, and someone that you could potentially get in the 2nd and maybe even 3rd round. I might be too high on him, but if you got this guy in the 3rd round, that's an absolute steal to me. Teams might be worried about the frame, which we'll talk about, but doesn't really worry me, because Evan Stewart is such a problem for defenders. The guy's explosiveness is off the chart. He's got that rare combination of long speed, start-stop quickness, and it just makes him a problem to defend at every level of the field. Is he going to win 50-50 jump balls? Probably not. But when you can route guys up and run past them, you can make some money in the NFL doing that. He's a deep threat, he's an intermediate threat, and he can run quick screens and slants. And I think that wiry frame actually helps him out in space. The speed and balance throughout his routes make it difficult for any corner to really keep up with him. His ability to seamlessly transition in and out of his breaks without losing a step makes him a nightmare. The footwork, the body control, how he uses leverage, all of that is super impressive. If you want to get an idea of who this guy is, just go watch what he did against Ohio State. Stewart dominated against another 2025 prospect in Denzel Burke. If you have any questions about what he does against high levels of competition, go watch this game. Being 6 foot 175, it certainly puts him on the smaller side of NFL wide receivers, but that doesn't mean he's soft. The toughness, the grit is all over the film. Watch this catch over the middle that he made against Ohio State. Gabriel throws a beautiful hospital ball right into the teeth of the defense, but Stewart takes the hit from the safety and holds on to the ball. Then he had this catch and run once again on Denzel Burke. Just absolutely cooks him with the double move, makes the catch, and then drags Burke for another 20 yards. The grit and the toughness are certainly there. He's not going to just roll over because he's a little bit smaller. Something else that scouts are going to question with smaller guys is what happens when they get pressed at the line. Can they keep from getting bullied? A bigger corner is up there in press coverage. They're trying to get their hands on you, jam you at the line of scrimmage. What can you do? And the answer for Stewart is cook them. He's balanced, he's shifty, he has a really good understanding of leverage. His quickness off the line leaves a lot of corners just kind of standing everything there. He has a bunch of different release packages that he can use. He does a good job of staying square, not tipping off which way he's going to go into his route. And I don't see that becoming a problem at the NFL level for him. I don't think NFL corners are even going to have a chance to get their hands on him. The dude's a baller. Now, while he has got the attitude and willingness, the frame and play strength are going to be limiting factors against bigger, stronger defenders, particularly in like 50-50 jump ball type situations, and blocking. He's never going to be a plus blocker. Then you add on the concerns about injuries. He had a lower body injury that kept him out of a few games in 2023 during his time at Texas A&M before he transferred to Oregon. Durability is always a question mark when you're evaluating these guys, especially smaller ones, and it's something that teams will look into as we get into the process. So, what's my grade on Evan Stewart? This is a guy that has all the tools to be a very high-end number 2, in my opinion. His speed, explosiveness, and ability to separate make him a perfect complement to Ceedee Lamb. You know who he kind of reminds me of? Devontae Smith. Obviously, isn't coming out of college with that kind of production and a Heisman Trophy. Stewart's teammate at Oregon, Tez Johnson, kind of reminds me of him as well. But Evan Stewart's ability to win on the deep ball, win on crossers over the middle, route guys up and with slants. He's someone that would come in and be an immediate number 2 and an upgrade over Brandon Cooks. Find me the wide receivers that are fast, that can get open with their route running, and played against NFL level competition. Evan Stewart, that's you. So my final grade for him was an 8.25, which means a solid starter, highly talented, with a few minor limitations, strong potential, but may need some development. So that is the star-studded prospect. Before you go, I wanted to tell you about t-shirts that are available on my website. I put them as cheap as the website would let me. So if you want one, if you want to support the channel, just rep some merch because I think that would be cool. The link will be down below along with prize picks. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I love you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye.